Why don't you take us in, talk to us, Zath, about the KSC lineup here as we spawn into Warrior's Path?
All right, welcome everybody to day 3 of Warship Masters Invitational. We are working our way, I believe this is the losers bracket right now from last weekend. And you'll be seeing a few losers bracket games and a winners bracket game today. And then, of course, the tournament concludes tomorrow. So this is a best of 3 on Warrior's Path. KSC has Sate in a Holland. I need to turn on... Come on. There we go. There he is in the Holland. He's got a unique upgrade. We saw that being used last weekend to great effect. In one case, and not so great effect in another.
Yeah.
Curious George is in a Grozovoy. We've got Raiden Shogun in a Lu Shun. It's Blitz in a Venezia without the unique upgrade. Interesting. Same thing with Quicksilver. Another Venezia without unique upgrade. King Viper in a unique upgrade Hindenburg.
Interesting choice. Okay.
Finally, Aegis Wings in a Petri. Unique upgrade Hindenburg, right? It doesn't burn as much, doesn't flood as much. The rudder gets fixed pretty quick, but you lose out on concealment.
It's meant to make the ship more survivable. In random play, my experience is it doesn't do a whole lot because they just shoot you with AP and dunk you. But in this format, Zath, right? Battleships are expensive. You can expect more. You're more likely to burn out. There probably is some value in that upgrade. I'll be curious to see how it works out for KSC. Opposing them on the south spawn in the red, ATFD. This is one of our, I'm going to get it wrong. I forget if it's China or Asia. Zath, isn't this China?
Asia.
This is Asia. This is Asian team. All right, excellent. Fielding their own triple destroyer lineup, we're looking at Ride On Don't Swim's Regalo. Attilio Regalo going for max range. We're seeing more and more of this kind of build. I'm going to have to start looking into this one myself. I have been struggling mightily with Regalo of late. Backed up by Sayuki's Yu Yang. This is indeed a radar Yang with, I won't say full torpedo build, but a heavy torpedo build on modules and not so much on the skills. Latest World's HMS Defense. We have Palmano's Venezia. Now, this Venezia is a unique upgrade, Zath. We'll talk about that in a moment. Also, Yoru's Reguloria. And then 2 ships headed over to A. Usagami's Clausewitz. Ranged and outnumbered. Very clearly playing that ship on the outnumbered flank. And Yichu's Tromp running the Dazzle there.
Yeah, and going for maximum Dutch oven with the that upgrade in slot 4.
Indeed.
All right, so you wanted to talk about the Venezia upgrade, sir?
Yes, refresh my memory, Zath. What does unique upgrade do for Venezia?
Unique upgrade gives you, it basically allows you to smoke much quicker. It gives you an extra charge, if I remember correct. And it also increases the cooldown speed, so you can spam it more frequently.
Okay.
I'll double check on the exact wording for you in just a moment.
Okay, that's fine. It's not that critical. Go ahead.
One thing I want to point out, too, is latest World's Defense. I don't know if you noticed, he's got Pack-a-Punch on his defense. And remember, that ship's got the funny British torpedo, right? That you know, just kind of meanders into eventually settles on a direction.
Yeah.
And does so much damage. So now he does what, 20% more damage with that stupid funny torpedo?
Oh, did he take he took the skill that buffed it? Yes, he did. Yes, he did. As you see him there trying those torpedoes off his port side.
Yep, and his secondaries also reach a little bit farther up, but you don't take that for secondaries in the defense. So yeah, the Venezia a unique upgrade, 2 additional exhaust smoke generator charges. 2, not 1. Apologies. Reduces exhaust smoke generator consumable cooldown time from 180 seconds to 81 seconds, which of course gets further reduced if you've got the consumable specialist, which he does not have. But yeah, I mean, look at that. 5 charges, and that's in place of the concealment module.
Yeah. Well, speaking of concealment, the Regulo, that's right on. Already starting to work in on Quicksilver's Venezia, using Sayuki here as a spotter. King Viper's Hindenburg playing much closer into the B cap. They're using the Venezia kind of as a, I would say a stalking horse, but that's not correct. More like bait, I suppose, really. As now the Reguloria opens up with his SAP in the back.
Yeah, and that can really hurt.
It can add up in a hurry. He doesn't get much out of that salvo. You can see a lot of those shells ricocheting off Venezia's deck. I cannot remember Venezia's deck armor off the top of my head, Zath, but it's obviously enough that some of this SAP is not that effective. At least the small caliber SAP out of the destroyer over there.
Right. Quicksilver now using his Inky, trying to kite on in, and it looks like they're trying to pull the Regulo, Yu Yang, and them up into a crossfire with Aegis Wings Patri, who just took a big hit there from the Loria.
Yeah, solid salvo, sneaking it through the island there, about 15K.
Mm-hmm. Well, now that superstructure is saturated.
Yep.
It took some damage there.
Sayuki in the background.
Doesn't know. He doesn't know that there's a Yu Yang looking right at him.
No, he doesn't. Now, those torpedoes, Zath, we were having this conversation last weekend, right? I was reminded that torpedo detection off of hydro is different than ship detection. So
Correct.
Even though those deep water torpedoes are well within inside the hydro bubble, they may not necessarily get picked up. Although I'm seeing Aegis maneuver, obviously either he has an inkling or somebody's figuring out something there. We'll see.
Well, his whole position was to get into a kite away, which is what he's doing.
Yep.
The Yu Yang, Tsuyuki, also has radio location. So if these guys, Quicksilver, I'm sure, and Aegis are communicating and saying, hey, I'm located. Okay, now I'm located. All right, where's this person going to be then?
Look at this.
Kind of triangulate that location.
Look at this torpedo. Oh, he only takes one. Almost snuck through it all. Well done.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, the big ATFD push coming up the 8-9 line here as KSC reacts. They leave the Holland, the Venezia behind to hold A, bringing everybody back over. Remember, they don't have any radar in this lineup. They have no way to spot Sayuki's Yang once he's in the cap.
So I want to point out something too. KSC grabbed the A cap while we were talking about what's going on the other side. Blitz went in with this smoke and just took it for free.
Yep.
And now they just have to hold it. So that's a good positioning for them as Latest World is forced to go forward in his defense. He might take a Lushun torpedo here.
Looks like he's going to take at least one of these, maybe? No, he found a way through.
Nope.
Well, they got one deep water torp. They got one deep water torp into King Viper's bow as ATFD does pick up the cap here. Sayuki's Yang, the only radar ship in the game, now using his radar to pick up Raiden's Lushun on the far side as the Regia Loria and defense salvos come in on the Lushun.
Time to pop that heel. Remember, Lucian's got that slow ticking heel that lasts forever. So as soon as you start taking hits, you want to pop that heal button.
Yep. Radar expiring. Shogun taking a little bit of damage there, but nothing catastrophic.
No, he'll be okay.
They reset one of his torpedo tubes briefly, I think, but it's still in action. He didn't lose it. As now Curious George's Grozovoy also coming in to help speed up this cap. Remember, guys, 2 ships means that the cap will occur just that much quicker. So they're trying to speed that up as the Trump. Look at the balls on Yichu's Trump trying to make a play here for A.
Yep, I'd already moved on over to this side as we saw the A cap starting to get flipped. Venezia leaving the area though. Blitz isn't. He's okay, but he's got 40 seconds till his next heal, so he's got to just kind of try to weather the storm a little bit.
Well, they're going to lose this cap, Zath. It feels like they've backed off a little too far. Venezia versus Clausewitz. Oh, my goodness sake, getting hammered by the Clausewitz HE. Dunked by the bombs. Still on fire.
He might go out right here.
He is going to go out, Zath. They're going to get him. He's going to burn out.
2 big kills for ATFD.
At the same time, they finally whittle down Quicksilver on the other side of the map. So KSC reacting well to the push up the 8-9 line, but maybe overextending a hair trying to defend A, not able to make it work.
One of the hardest things with playing that Holland, because the unique upgrade does enhance your ability to heal. It's easy to say, okay, well, I can take more hits than I would normally want to take. And I think that's probably what happened to that Holland right there.
Yeah. Yeah. He got into the gunfight with the Trump and was actually winning at one point, but it felt like Ix wasn't able to support him quite as well as he might have liked from behind that island, and I think ATFD took advantage of it.
Yeah, as soon as Blitz went behind the island, the Clausewitz was able to finish the deal. So the Holland gets increased HP recovery efficiency, from 50% to 75%. So his heal is 25% better, essentially. Or actually, well, technically 50% better, right? You're going from 50 to 75. That's a 25% bump. And then the ship's maximum speed is 8%, is increased by 8%, while the engine boost is active, and all consumables gain additional charge. So yeah, you're taking that for longevity on the battle, and you're taking that to heal just a lot more than you normally would.
I gotta say, Zath, if I am Tigers Hindenburg, I am not very comfortable. Vipers Hindenburg over there, I'm not comfortable. I mean, he just got smashed again, but that defense just stalking him there with 65,000 hit points and those crazy torpedoes, like, ugh.
The last thing that you want to do with the Hindenburg is put it in a place where it gets stuck. And that's what they've done with the Hindenburg. I mean, I understand the idea of he can hydro around the island at 6 kilometer. That's cool. They know where the defense is.
Yeah.
That hasn't had an impact on this game. As a matter of fact, the defense still killed the Venezia despite that knowledge. So the problem with the Hindenburg being there is he's just going to get whittled down and killed over time.
Speaking of Venezia, have a look at Ix.
I'm watching him.
Having to push into the A-cap to slow the timer down. We were getting very dangerously close to an ATFD win, and now he's basically having to just sit in here and hope the Clausewitz doesn't murder him. But that's going to happen here in briefly as his heal is about to just. Well, he's also almost his last heal. He does get good damage in there, though.
Yeah, but now that the Trump is going to get on this as well. Sap does good things against, Clausewitz and Hindenburg.
And there it goes.
It's just not enough.
Nope. It was kind of a last-ditch play there as the defense torpedoes do come around and claim Vipers. Actually, the shells get him. The torpedoes, I think, just forced him to maneuver. Oh, my goodness. Did you see that, Seth? At the very end?
I saw that.
They just nuked the defense. Was that the Patrie?
That was the Patrie, yes. A little too late for that time extension.
Yeah.
For that. And so,
feels like...
unfortunately... Go ahead.
Go. No, go ahead. Finish your thought.
Unfortunately for KSC, it's too little too late, and that's the end of game one.
Yeah, I was going to say, it feels like maybe they made the decision to push the defense a little too late, but really, really tight play from ATFD there, Zach. There's a part of me that looks at that lineup that they ran, right? The Trump and the Clausewitz, right, on the A flank, and thinks these guys almost, you plan for the other team to react. You know they're going to see the push. You know they're going to be forced to react to what you're doing. And then these two guys left behind on this flank are able to do amazing things. And they did.